Hello everyone, my name is Stanton Hare. I am a senior strategic legal and management communications major and sociology minor from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I will be discussing a topic that is very close to me and my family and something that I don't believe get enough attention to be resolved. That being the impact of the criminal justice system on incarcerated parents and their children. The effects of mass incarceration is not only limited to those who are sentenced to jail or prison. When arrested, inmates leave behind a wealth of friends, family, and other loved ones who are suffering the same consequences of their arrest. This in turn creates one of the most common problems in American society: the disparity in the number of broken households and the number of children who is stripped away from their basic needs of development. It all started in 1980, when the war on drugs led to an exponential increase to the number of arrests and convictions made in low-income neighborhoods. According to the Bureau of Justice, between 1980 and 2000, the U.S. incarceration rates have increased by a minimum of 35,000 inmates each year, with the average bringing in between 55,000 and 75,000 new inmates. Fast forward to today, there are now 2.3 million people in prison, with only 20% being considered as violent crimes. Interesting. Furthermore, according to research led by the University of St. Thomas, Minnesota, there are approximately 1.7 million children under the age of 18 with at least one parent in federal or state prison. This is a 79% increase between 1991 and 2008. With these staggering statistics, one can only imagine the pain and heartache a family goes through when experiencing such drastic changes to their home life. Not to mention that a lot of the high numbers of imprisonment are happening in low-income neighborhoods, meaning parental incarceration is happening to more than one household at a time. Communities are forced to raise their children in such environments that is not supportive to them, and thus can lead the child to being like their parent and following behind a criminal or violent path. Think about it. When we're young children, we view our parents as role models, but if we did not have that representation, we would be faced with an overwhelming amount of stress and responsibility that can challenge or alter our upbringings. Even for myself, I can directly relate to this scenario. Though I am not a child of an incarcerated parent, my brother is an incarcerated parent and has been away from me and out of my life since I've been 7 years old. While growing up, I always longed and wanted a healthy relationship with my brother, but I was never given the opportunity to. And that made me suppress my feelings and push them away because I didn't think anyone could understand. However, now that I'm getting older and I have a nephew now, those feelings are starting to resurface, and that want and that need for a relationship applies to me and for my younger nephew. Thankfully, the government has taken some action and has implemented a few programs such as Our Children, Angel Tree Program, and Skip Inc. that is made entirely to support parents and children who is directly affected by parental incarceration. However, the resolution to this problem ends there. As discussed in class, there are a number of factors within the criminal justice system that counteracts progress. For instance, since the 1980s, there has been a number of laws that has granted longer sentences, longer mandatory minimums, and even states who have passed laws that make it harder for individuals to gain parole or bail. In order to truly see change in the high rates of parental imprisonment, we need to take a look into diversion programs and emphasize 3 points. We need to provide counseling for incarcerated parents and children so they can develop a strong and healthy relationship post-incarceration. 2, educate children of incarcerated parents on how to stray away from a life of crime and violence. And 3, assist the incarcerated parent with employment and other resource opportunities to properly support them and their families. Overall, it is clear to see that parental incarceration is one of the main reasons why crime and violence is still so prevalent in low-income communities today. It starts at home, and if the people who are there to teach children is not there, the likelihood of them becoming out well is very low. However, if we stand as a community and decide to either work against or with the government, we can slowly break down and dismantle this cycle of mass imprisonment. We cannot continue to let the past acts of our people be the fuel to our future. If we stand together, fight together, we shall win together and grant a better future for ourselves and for our children. Thank you, Dr. Mohammed, for an amazing semester. Thank you for all for listening, and I hope you all have an amazing break, and I hope you was able to take something away from this video and apply it to your lives. Thank you, and God bless.